uh, 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 formally which have been captured, whereas lot many interactions are going on which are not practically captured in our systems. But going forward, we are looking at encouraging, capturing those interactions in our system, and keep giving the nudges and various sessions and guidance going forward, so that this progress builds on what we have achieved so far. So as a it always says that what is best for organization in building a culture is a reward mechanism, or recognizing the hard work of our young mentors. So this foundation day of MTI, we celebrated the learners, champions of the learners across various L&D activities. And similarly, reverse mentoring was also discussed in front of our director of personal sales, sir, and much appreciated. And we identified the top three active learners, champion mentors, who are very actively contributing to this process. And we identified those champion mentors who were one from Bokaro Steel Plant, Mr. Piyush Anand, who is AGM Cokevan. And then we had another from Durgapur Steel Plant, who is Mr. Nishant Lal, Senior Manager ETL. And then we had one from ISCO Steel Plant, Burnpur, Mr. Sailesh Kumar. So those three were the champion mentors in terms of carrying out the maximum number of interactions with their mentees. So they contributed by explaining various nuances about technologies like IoT, Chat GPT, social media, how to access the dashboards, cryptocurrency. So these kind of topics, they shared with their senior mentees who are at the level of E8 and E9. So they contributed this overcoming their gap of that senior junior. There is a large of gap, and when they are approaching with some knowledge they want to impart to those senior people, it's really challenging as a personal uh, and they have been doing this beyond their official capacity. So these responsibilities to these young mentors were in addition to their existing official responsibilities. So kudos to them who have contributed, and we recognized their immense contribution on a very good platform in MTI. We invited them here in MTI and requested Director Personal Sir personally to felicitate those young mentors who were given a token of appreciation and well recognition that yes, SAIL is looking towards such creative minds who are going beyond their duty hours and then preparing and contributing towards leaderships and clearing their various doubts about these technologies. So that was a quick filler that I thought that while we wait for people to join in. So I can see some 40 plus people have already joined in, so we'll not wait for much. Let's quickly jump into knowledge byte session. The essence of this session is just 1 hour jam-packed knowledge that will be shooting out in front of you all. It will not be aimed at making you an expert, but it will be aimed at giving you some idea about the technology, uh, which will create interest in you all, so that you can further have discussion with your mentors as well, with your mentees as well, and then you can look for some applications. You can better judge if you can apply this technology in your domains also. Uh, so, in this series, today is the ninth episode of Knowledge Byte Session, and for that, we have selected a very apt topic of extended reality. So, before we go into this session, let me invite Sri Atul Mukherjee sir, who is General Manager in charge academics and Head of Academics at MTI. Sir is actually driving lot many special interventions, creating programs, and looking after L&D interventions in sale. Investment and systems, our mentees, mentors, digital mentees, and our faculty for today's knowledge byte session. Atul Mukherjee, sir, please.
Thank you, Chandran. First of all, I like to welcome today's guest of appearance and the great faculty, come the subject matter expert from Future Skill Prime, Dr. B. Shoma Sundaram. So I like to welcome Dr. B. Shomasundaram, who is Head Digital Transformation ELGI Equipment Limited. Also, I like to welcome all the mentee, especially all the CGMs, chief general managers, and executive directors who are playing the role of a mentee in the reverse mentoring process. So, I like to welcome all the executive directors and the chief general managers of Steel Authority of India Limited for this knowledge bite session. Also, I like to welcome all the mentor who are the young guys having a lot of ideas and having a lot of I mean equipped with the emerging technology. So I also like to welcome all the mentor having a high level of enthusiasm. Okay, so today, as already as Chandranath already mentioned, we have conducted earlier also 8 episode we have conducted in the knowledge bite session. We have conducted in the area of chat GPT, social media, cyber hygiene, IoT, SAP, S4 HANA, GEM, and the maximizing the potential of email gov.in. So today is the ninth episode, ninth knowledge bite session. The basic objective of this knowledge bite session is that we are basically with this 1 hour input, we are giving a trigger to think. Okay, so that you can take this thing forward with your mentee, especially for mentor. We'll get a lot of idea from this knowledge bite session, and they can take the things forward during the mentor mentee discussion. So in the process, our mentee who are at the very senior level, they will be aware of the all the emerging technology, which is the need of the organization, need of the hour. So it will give a deep understanding in the field of the emerging technology and facilitate the meaningful discussion between the mentor and mentee. So that's a in fact this initiative, though Chandranath has mentioned, but is a basically he is basically driving this initiative, and very effectively we are conducting this knowledge bite session. In fact, very religiously we are conducting on first Saturday of every month. So only you need to block your calendar, so that all the, especially this is applicable for the senior officers who are at the ED and CGM's level. They are really busy with their day-to-day work. So you need to block your calendar to get a insight. Information about this emerging technology. So today we'll be discussing on the Excel lab, and which is a very very pertaining subject, because already as per the directive of our top management, that we need to have lot of use cases in the year and here. So we have to understand this Excel technology, Excel, how to formulate the Excel lab, where the AR VR lab can be simulated. So this is that is why this is very pertaining, and since most of the HODs and head of sections are also connected, so we need to have a very good knowledge on this area of Excel. So today we are having this session. So once again, I welcome all of you in this knowledge bite session, and I'm sure that we'll have a very fruitful learning ahead. Thank you. Over to Chandana.
Uh, thank you so much, Atanu sir, for your continued support in making this effort successful. So, let me quickly give you an brief about the expert who has kindly consented for this session. Sir has been so kind to be part of us for uh, for over 1.5 months. So last month also we tried to get going with this session, but unfortunately we could not due to some technical reasons. And he waited, and he has been so kind to respond over troubleshooting these issues over past few weeks, and finally we are able to go with it. So sir is head of digital transformation at LG Equipments Limited, and he has a vast experience of more than 24 years in companies like Saint Gobain Glass, Amalgamations, Value, Clutch, ZF Wind Power, Siemens, and Saraj experience as a consultant in the domain of implementing and optimizing Industry 4 solutions, digitalizations, Six Sigma, lean manufacturing, energy management system, TPM. Sir is a proud alumnus of Swiss School of Business and Management, Geneva, IIM Rohtak, Liverpool John Moores University, UK, Triple IT Bangalore, CG Chennai, and GPT Coimbatore. Sir has lot of publications with H index of two. So that's a power packed background that we have for the sir. So we are looking forward to hearing from you, sir, and going forward, what we have planned is we will be first of all hearing from sir like what he has to say in terms of clearing our understanding about virtual reality, augmented reality, mixed reality, different kind of dimensions. There are certain myths about these technology that also we would like to bust those myths, and then what kind of potential applications we can look forward to that is currently going on in different industries, and how being a specific to steel industry, Steel Authority of India Limited is a leader in steel manufacturing in India. So how we can leverage this technology specifically in our value chain of steel manufacturing. So we are eagerly waiting for your inputs for this session, sir. So let me quickly hand over the baton to you, sir. Over to Dr. Sobu, sir, please.
Thank you, Chandra. Thank you, everyone, for the opportunity. It's really, I would say, like it's an inspiration for companies like us to take from sale that you conduct this knowledge bite, and you are doing reverse mentoring kind of things, which probably companies like us working in almost 120 countries, we are not doing it. Probably these are all some inspirations what we have to take from sale and move on. I think mutually we can learn a lot between organizations. And thank you, NASCOM, for giving this opportunity to get in touch with SAIL. And I think when 2 years back, when we started this NASCOM journey from LG, the management of LG, they told like we are the, I would say the top leader in compressor manufacturing, and we are from India. And what we also have to do is we also have to see that our customers can experience digital technologies in our products and services whenever we are talking, whenever we are speaking with them, whenever we are interacting with them. So this is the direction from our top management. And this cannot happen probably only from the company side. It also have to happen from the ecosystem. So what we did is we tied up with NASCOM, and we told like let's have kind of a benchmarking across India. What are the best practices, and let's try to adopt it. So there is a kind of an ideation what we did. Um, Other than probably quantum computers, almost all other obviously blockchain, all other things, we try to create a use case within LG. So there is a mandate for my department at LG. Otherwise, LG makes compressors, air compressors, and nothing else. We are not a software company, but we thought like it's adequate, or it's the right time to invest. So that's the reason the management have invested on such a function 2.5 years back, and now we are proud. It's not only from LG and from my team; it's the ecosystem which are really delivered. We learned a lot from NASCOM. We learned a lot from academic institutions. We learned a lot from my colleagues who are there in 28 different countries. So we benchmark with those countries, what they are using, what are all the things. So that is the I would say like a crisp of where I am from and which particular department I am from. So coming to the topic of extended reality, I think I googled for it, probably for one picture. I don't want to just copy it and put it into my PPT. Rather, I want to show you where I took it, so that you can also do the same. So in this open world of information, I think we all have to probably do this rather than copying and putting it and branding it in our name. So I took the liberty of opening this particular website, which is from the Government Accountability Office. So, see, normally we refer for these kind of terminologies from the Gartner's glossary. But for this particular word, exactly, the Gartner's IT glossary was not, giving a very good definition of it. So I thought like I should go out. So that's the reason I went for this particular website, where they have very beautifully, mentioned like extended reality is nothing like, it's a collective term applied to immersive experience. So it's augmented reality, mixed reality, and virtual reality. When all these things are put together, then it's extended reality. And see, we to be very honest, when I was with Siemens, I also briefly worked with Sale for some, there was some tender on digitalization, and I was the consultant from Siemens who worked on it. So uh, I think if you're not talking, can you please mute your mic, please? Yeah, thank you. So this VR, AR, and other topics, we started somewhere around 4 years back. My journey started in this particular thing. So see, Siemens, you all know, like the company manufactures a lot of panels, so and motors, transformers. So they thought like why we should not give a kind of a virtual reality enabled tool for the people to troubleshoot and a big electrical panel, be it a very big substation, or it can be a control panel with PLC. So so that is a kind of an use case they were researching, and luckily I got an opportunity to work with a cross-region, cross-functional team, which comprises of people from Germany, Brazil, US, India, and we also had for a very brief time a person from China. So we all worked together on this particular use case. That was my, I would say, the journey towards this particular topic. After that, that was like a crash course, and then I learned a lot, I researched a lot, and probably with the ecosystem now, me and my team, we are working on some curated list of softwares and tools which I have already put in the public chat. You can refer to it, which are open source, and at the same time there is a small fee is required if there are some quick low code interfaces have to be done in the virtual reality application. So both the things I have put in the chat also. In addition to this, if I really appreciate the kind of the training, the importance for training in SILE. So recently, I would say it's very recently, IIT have launched this particular course along with the Finland-based university. This is on virtual reality. And if you also want to understand more about some of the use cases, especially on training use case, IISc Bangalore conducts a maintenance training program of compressors, and they are also using virtual reality and for the training. Yeah, so these are all some very good use cases which I can probably show from the national perspective, or the institutes of national significance perspective. There is a beautiful book on VR. I would say, like, if you are really passionate, you should start with this particular book. Very important. This is an open book. See, I always appreciate if the author wants money and he is publishing it with a thought process of gaining money. Obviously, he is not explicit in that particular book. But when people say like it's an open book, I don't want any money. If you want, you can read and probably understand what is what. Then I would say, like, that is the kind of books probably we have to encourage. And this particular book is a very good book. Take my words, even when we were working with Siemens, and Siemens, which was in the industry, I would say 1.0, the mechanical industry, where the turbines were there. Even Siemens turbines nowadays are also there. Electrical, obviously, they are giants. Transformers, motors, and other things. Even the conductivity is, the unit is named after Siemens, right? Werner von Siemens, and PLCs, DCS, SCADAs. I think a majority of the things are already in sale. You are using it. So they are very good organization, and just imagine their R&D team, their ideation team are using these kind of books, so they also appreciate it. The another software which we use more is this Wedge 3D, which is, I would say, not a very costly software. It's a low code software which is specifically used for virtual reality, augmented reality libraries, and other things. So this is the Wedge 3D software, and this is the, I would say, the master of all. Blender, which is the software. I really enjoy using it. I really enjoy teaching it wherever I go, wherever I get an opportunity, because this is completely free and open source. And the kind of features you get in Blender, probably none of the paid softwares like Unity, Maya, you will get it. But unfortunate, even at IIT, they are teaching Unity. See, there is a problem when you go into Unity, because Unity for learning is free, but when you want to practice it in companies like Sale, you have to pay a hefty software license cost. But in Blender, it's almost zero. You don't have to do it. And very important with Wedge 3D, a small delta you can do, because you don't have to work on high code. Rather, you have to do the development in low code. If you have to do that, then Wedge 3D is a very good software to use. Now, next thing is how to deploy these softwares, or the applications. For that, Microsoft have always come. Microsoft always, they democratize technology, and this is one democratization they have brought in, which is the mixed reality library in their platform, the Power App platform. So these are all the toolkits, probably, what we are using in LG for practicing VR, AR, and the 3D stuffs. Now, probably I showed you how we are doing it, and now probably this is the right time. I can also show you, what we are doing, so that you have a grip of it. So, like metaverse within LG, we have. See, I'm not promoting LG. I'm just promoting probably how you can probably have this particular thing deployed within your company. So this is one of the way how you can do it. And obviously, LG is my principal sponsor for all this research. So I also have to mention it. So at LG, something called Digiverse, like Metaverse. This is called Digiverse. So digital verse, where all the digital applications will be available at one super app. This is made in Microsoft Power App platform. See, why Power of platform? There is a need. You can cook food, but probably you have to deliver that particular food for the people to consume it, right? For that, if you have to probably do with an on-premise system and probably connect it, it's a lot of work. You have to do it, and it will not be agile in nature. So we use more Power App platform, and this is one such thing. um,
So, Mu, if I may, I think there is some blockage in your PPT asking for some VPN alert. So it's blocking your view.
oh, okay, understood. Yeah, yeah, I anticipated this. Okay, fine. So our company is very secure. So or they want to be very secure, so they are doing it like this. But I anticipated this. But I can also show you the same app in my phone. Probably see, this is another power. What we have is, if you use this Microsoft platform, what also happens is uh, you know. Uh, yeah. So I hope my screen, mobile phone, is visible for everyone.
No, not again. Actually, virtual background is blocking your mobile view.
Okay. Fine, no problem. We will carry on. I hope you are able to see the Digiverse, Chandra, now.
No, you will you
Digiverse.lg.com.
have to share again. Your screen has got unshared, so you have to share again.
Okay. Can you please confirm?
Yes, now it's coming up.
Okay. I hope till this everything is okay, right? This Microsoft everything is okay, right?
Yes, yes.
And probably this is the culprit. Probably then I will skip this. Okay. So the Microsoft Power App platform is only the front end, where you can deploy these applications in a more secure way. So one of the security probably might you might saw now is even I will be able not able to share the screen. Okay, so I really don't know why they are blocking it. Probably that is something which we have to troubleshoot. So what we are doing is all these particular applications are now deployed into a server like this, and I have all these applications here. For example, let me open anything. For example, this one. Yeah. So God. Okay. I'm very sorry. None of my servers I'm able to share the screen. Okay. So we have a plan B for this. Don't worry. Yeah. Okay. So all these applications, whatever I am talking about, we have taken a screen grab of it, and that will be available for you here. Okay, yeah. So you are able to see the screen now, Chandra. Please confirm immersive learning.
Yes, yes. We are able
Yeah,
to see.
cool, cool. Yeah. So, LG, you all probably know the only Indian manufacturer in the probably top seven compressor manufacturers, and we are able to go to that particular level only if our workforce is more talented. So we have an LG vocational training school, like the management institute. What you have the same way, we also have a blue collar training institute, which is called the LG vocational training school. And what you're seeing here is how virtual reality is used by the students for learning, about compressors, about the assembly sequence and other things. Now, on the right hand side, what you're seeing is we cannot do the same without support of our suppliers, right? So we used to conduct a frequent, supplier meet, and during that time also we give immersive learning experience for our suppliers. This is one of the photo of meet what we did recently. Can anyone guess what is this? Again, virtual reality, but can anyone guess?
It looks like a VR based some hand-eye coordination, some activity is being performed in a VR world.
Exactly. Yeah. What activity?
Background image is slightly not clear, but I'll take a guess if they are trying to extinguish with some uh,
Perfect.
fire or something.
Perfect. Perfect. You're right. You're right. So this is a fire safety training. What we recently did, and you can see what we are doing is we are using the Facebook Meta, Oculus Quest tool, and we are creating a scenario of fire, and we are asking our colleagues to extinguish that particular fire. So all the SOPs and other things, how they are following their behavior during emergency, everything we will be able to probably gauge, but without creating a fire. Normally, this fire training happens. You all might also experienced in a controlled environment. We used to have a tray, and we have fire, and we will ask the people to extinguish it, right? But just imagine, yeah, boiler fire, can we simulate it? Say a steel mill where the hot roll is coming out and there is a fire, can we probably simulate it? But all these things are possible in the immersive learning environment or the virtual environment. Yeah. Any questions here?
I think we can go ahead. Questions we can take at the end.
Cool, cool, cool. Fine. Now, another very important thing is, I think everyone, the business has to run, right? So, sale, obviously, you need your customers to buy your, your value added products. Same way, unless otherwise, the technology is not used for creating customers or attracting customers. I think the value addition is not there. So these are all some of the events which happen in India, and to be very honest, the Hannover Messe, which happens in Germany, they are trying to incorporate this. So this is something like a best practice from India. We are giving to my European colleagues, and they are trying to use it in the Hannover Messe. So this is the kind of level at which we are now. All our booths in trade shows, we are having immersive learning or immersive experience centers, so that they can really understand what this particular compressor is and other things. Yeah, I will show you one, probably yeah, recording of it. Yeah, so this is the energy efficiency summit at CII. So what we are doing is we are giving them a virtual compressor room, and we are trying to explain to them what are all the energy efficiency steps they should probably take if they need to operate that particular compressed air system more efficient. That is the kind of an awareness session what we are doing, and at the same time this can also be used for explaining to them, the functioning of the particular compressor. What is the difference between a oil loop compressor and oil free compressor? There are multiple heat recovery opportunities which are there in the compressor, how it works. So all these things in a immersive, way we are showing to them. Now, I will show you one other thing. So this is see, we are very proud. Almost my sales colleagues tell me like 80 percentage of the compressed air system in Indian railways are powered by LG custom LG compressor. I think many of you might have experienced there is a hissing noise in a railway station because the braking system works with the compressed air. The pattern for getting the electrical supply to the electrical locomotive work. The actuation happens with an compressed air system. Yeah, the horn, it happens with that particular compressed air system. So we are having a very good market share in the Indian railways. And now the scenario. There are a lot of foreign companies coming inside the railway segment, like Siemens, Alstom, and in future there may be some other companies. So these are all the things which are coming in. So we want to create an immersive environment for those visitors in the IRE exhibition in New Delhi. This is a screen grab of it. I would say like this will give you the complete immersive experience. So let me mute the audio, and I can give you the commentary. So now what you are seeing here is this is my colleague who is operating the VR goggle, and what he is seeing is what is getting recorded here. So any guess what it is here, or what is that the colleague is seeing in the VR goggle?
Looks like a railway station, is it?
Yeah, cool. So railway station, very important. This railway station is with the name LG, which is really not there, but virtually we can do it, right? So that is the beauty of the virtual world, and you can see like welcome to LG VR simulation, and this is a virtual railway station, and the colleague is waiting for his locomotive to come. So what we had as a caption for this particular experience is experience a a minute in the life of a locomotive pilot. So you can become a locomotive pilot. You can get into the locomotive as a pilot. It will give you instructions what you have to do. You can see that the you can use the and very important, this is done for marketing, so we also place, just a minute, let me pass that. Yeah, so the locomotive is not connected to power from the overhead wire. So now it is asking the person to raise the phantom so that the wire gets connected to the locomotive. So now it will say like, okay, first what you have to do is you have to switch on the auxiliary compressor. How to, yeah, you have to switch on the auxiliary compressor, and it's marketing, so we also have to add LG. So LG CRC 150 auxiliary air compressor to generate compressed air. Then it will show that which particular button the person have to click, and it will get highlighted. And there are some marketing things that is very important. Or what is this particular compressor powered with? It is an 110 volt DC from the loco battery, because it's not having power, right? So it operates in the battery. And now it will tell like rotate the key, and now you can see like the person is there is a gloves kind of a thing which is coming there, and the actions what he does with that particular joystick helps him to switch on the compressor. Now the compressor is on. Please wait while the pressure is getting built up. Now once it is built up, as you press that particular button, now the pantone is connected to the wire. So great, the pantograph is now connected. What next he or she has to do is, now you have the main power, you can switch on the main compressor. So there is a main compressor, you have to switch on. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. So the main compressor, which is used for braking, horns, air suspension, and wipers. So these are all the applications where a compressed air can be used. Okay. And now it will tell them like you have to switch on the main compressor, some marketing materials for that. So before you leave the station, please use a high pitch siren, so that you are telling the people like you are ready to leave. Now it will ask like, okay, switch on the lever so that the compressor can the locomotive can start. So it's on. Now can you see the loco moving? This is what the person also will experience. Friends, it was very thrilling when we experienced it. One of my colleague even had a kind of a vomiting sensation, and he just removed the VR goggle and rushed to the restroom. So it gives you the complete immersive experience of driving a loco thing as a loco pilot. And by the way, what we are also doing is we are also doing a marketing for the LG products. So this is one way, probably you can do it. And I also want to show you one other thing. What we can do is wiper system is one of our product. Okay, and we want to add the wiper. Okay, so now you can see after some time that there will be a rain kind of a situation which will be there, and there will be a situation where you have to increase your speed and you have to press a siren or a horn, so that you are communicating to the people, hey, my loco is coming, please clear the way, don't stand in the right. So that kind of communication will also be there. Let me fast forward to that. And yeah, now you can see the window is in a rainy situation, see a simulated rain. And yeah, very poor visibility. Don't worry, LG wiper is there, you can switch on that particular wiper. The beauty is you can see that wiper will be on, and you can really see in the glass. Can you see some place of the glass is with water, and only the place where the wiper have scrapped, that is very clear. Okay, so that's the beauty of this technology. Fingers crossed. I don't know what else. We also have invested on an Oculus Quest 3. Just now, my team have got it, and it has beautiful features. This is with the Oculus Quest 2, and the Oculus Quest 3. I don't know, what other features you are having. So this is one of, I would say, a pinnacle of what we are able to achieve with these kind of technologies. Cool. I will also show you one other use case. I am heading the complete digital transformation thing. So AI and other things are also there, but as this particular thing is more related to, extended reality. So this is one other thing where I also mentioned before, like, we are using virtual environments for training. So this is one place where what we are doing is we are giving a completely immersive experience. And how we are doing is with this Verge 3D app. I'm just powering on my Verge 3D app so that I can show you some, gamified environments, what we have created. And we also have created one other application. This is called Air Install. See, just imagine that you are going to have a 3D layout of the compressor, and for making that particular 3D layout, without any skills that may require. For example, you might think like you need a mechanical engineer with a cam knowledge to do it, but probably you can also do it with these kind of applications. And very important is there is only a button you have to create, that show it in VR. You click on that particular button in Verge 3D, then it will get transferred into your VR goggle. Then whatever 3D model you have created, you can just walk inside, see all the pipelines, see where you have placed the compressors, where you have placed your reservoirs. See, we have made it for our products, but this is always possible for anything to be done with steel manufacturing or whatever use cases. So basically what does is it tries to helps you to create a digital twin of what you want, and probably play around a gamified environment to play around all the other things, experiment more the experiments you are doing virtually without spending money. You can also do these experiments, but in physical world you have to spend crores of money. But here in the virtual world, there is no money. You can just play around. This is another use case, which I'm very sure in another 2-3 months we will be launching it in India, and slowly it will be there in all the 28 countries where we are doing the business. Fine. So let's go to the demo part of it. So these are all the demonstrations. What we probably I can show it to you. I hope my screen is visible. Chandra, you are able to see the Verge 3D app manager, right?
Right, right. We can see it.
So
I
how?
cannot take my eyes off the screen. So great.
Okay, okay. So, see how we are doing all these things. That is the next thing, and how this can be done if probably Sahil wants to do it. First thing is what we have done from LG side. See, we know that this is not our property or yeah, our intellectual property or something like that. We want these things to be available for everyone because we also took it from outside. Okay, so what we have done within LG is something called a dojo. This is called Digital Innovation Dojo. So what we are doing is we are creating these kind of dojos in education institutions. As of now, four of the education institutions have signed up with us for this dojo, and our I would say the oldest dojo is an all women's college in Coimbatore. You also have a sale office in Coimbatore. I don't know, some of your executives in this particular program, you might have come to Coimbatore. PSG Krishnamal is one of the all women's college where 6,000 female students are studying, and we have our largest dojo there. There are 40 students are working continuously with us in these kind of projects, and we would be happy to arrange a visit if you want to come here and see how the things are really cooked in the kitchen. We are not using any professional services. Everything happens within the dojo along with the academicians, with the mentoring of my team. So we will be happy to show you how we are doing. So let me open one of the code and show you. First thing is this Blender file. So Blender is the tool where we are creating these 3D objects. So when I open a Blender thing, I click on that. It opens in my computer like this. It would be a little heavy, but yeah, 16 GB machine is more than enough for handling any Blender models. Let it open in the background. Meanwhile, I will also show you. Now Blender is the 3D object. Where I am creating the models. Now, what I have to do is I have to create. That means someone touch that particular object, something have to happen. So I have to program it. For that, what we are doing is we are using Verge 3D. This is the Verge 3D is the software, and you can see like this is very similar to your MIT App Inventor or MIT Scratch. Probably your kids or your grandkids, might be studying this in 7th standard or 8th standard in their summer camp. So it's very similar to a low code environment where coding is not a very big problem. Only thing is writing the algorithm. So if you are able to write an algorithm, then with the same language you will be able to code it. So for example, when you are hovering over your mouse on an object called 168, show that it is emergency stop. You can see very simple. When you are hovering your mouse, so these are all the puzzles what you are having here. You can pick that particular puzzles event, just when hover over, just drag and drop, it's done, that's all. And after that you have to just put one more puzzle like this, and you can finish this. So this is a way how you can create the programs. It's a very easy to make a program, but you can also do it in Blender. I'm not saying like in Blender it is not possible. This is, by the way, the Blender software which got loaded now. Blender software also has an Python interpreter. You can also run a Python code. Even there was something called Blender Game Engine. As of now, it's not in development, but Blender Game Engine (BGE) is very famous thing where even some animation movies were shot. Okay, so this is very simple to like your FreeCAD software. Even in IITs, they are using FreeCAD software. But probably in companies like us, we will be using say paid softwares like SolidWorks, AutoCAD, kind of tools, right? So the Blender is one such beautiful software which you can use for the things. So I'm just going here, and it's very simple. Can you see what is happening? You can see like the objects are getting splitted, and it is now all one. But when I move this, it is getting splitted. So this is an animation. It's like creating an animation movie. When you click play, what happens is, can you see it is getting split like this? Yeah. So what I have to do is the same animation I have to do in the app, but on a click of a button. So the same animation in the program, what we will do is when you click on that particular button, play the animation. So that is how the things are happening. So by the way, don't get probably confused, like it's a very big one. No, I think we can easily organize it and make it very very small. But when you make very complex things like what I am showing you, obviously the program will be very big, but you can handle it, no problem. Okay, so there is an animation tool here. So what we have to do is you have to just pick this particular play animation here. Let me zoom in for you, and it will ask like what animation you want to play. I will say like, okay, I want this 140 animation to play, and it will ask like when to play. So when clicked, so you drag and drop this when clicked, and you say like when you hit this particular project 138, play the animation, e.g. 140, then it will get played. It's as simple as that. That is how this particular animation is working. So let me close this and go back to the thing. Yeah, here. So now all these are the background things. I'm trying to make it very simple. Obviously, there are some tricks and tips which you have to understand. But those things, I think, as you progress, you will be able to do it. That's not a big deal. Yeah. Now all these animations are now done. The blender is there. The software is there. Now let's see like how it will perform. So the same I am trying to put it into my server, but because of as I'm today is off for us, so we work from home or
Yes, Dr. Sobu, hello. I think we lost a connection. I think. Uh,
Yes, yes.
no problem. So until he joins back, let me quickly, he has been trying very hard to, uh,
Hmm.
give an idea from a point of view of implementation. So
Chandra is connected.
yes,
Chandra,
yes,
you're able to hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Can
yes,
you
Yes,
go
no,
to?
no, we are able to hear you.
Yeah. Sorry, some internet problem.
no problem. Maybe we can try to moving towards summarization because we are running out of time, Dr. So.
Maybe.
Yes,
Yeah, sure. Maybe this is my last demo. Um,
right.
can we make it like that?
Sure, just you have to share again.
Yeah. You're able to see the compressor?
Correct, correct. We can see.
Okay. Okay. I hope when I showed you the blender and the puzzles, you were connected, right?
Right, right, right. It just went.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, understood. Fine. So let's imagine that I want even in tenders nowadays, I can see like there are computer-based training modules also have to be given along with the package. So it's very good initiative. Really, I welcome it as part of the fraternity. See, this is what we can do. For example, if someone have to get trained in this particular compressor, first thing what he or she have to understand is when they click on something, they should know what it is, right? So when they click on the emergency stop, now you can say like it is showing it's an emergency stop. You click on some other things, it will show what is what. So now let me hide all the doors, because the doors really are not so good. So now I have just clicked on hide doors, all the other things are vanished. Now I click on motor, then it will say like this an VFD grade motor. When I click on the air oil separator, it will show like it is an air oil separator. Double click on that, it will get vanished. That is the kind of thing you can do it with this software. Very important, whatever you are seeing here, if you have to just connect to the Oculus Quest, then it will be there in your VR goggle. So don't think like what you're seeing in the screen. and the VR goggle is different. Virtual 3D does the magic of converting it to your VR goggles. We don't have to probably understand how it is happening. So now you can see, like, you can go inside, you can see what is this particular pipe, how the things are connected, everything in the virtual environment, and that is the beauty of this particular tool. Now what I can also do is I can explode it like this. Can you see, like, all other components are now standing apart, and you can click on multiple things, and you can probably see what is what. So this is, for example, now it is arrant, it is showing, right? So this is one important thing what is possible. Now there are some, let me remove it like this. Yeah. Now let's imagine that there is someone who wants to open the door and probably see how to dismantle an errand. Okay, so he can go here. Yeah, here. Let me go inside the front interiors. And I click on air oil separator. I don't know which door I have to open it, right? So if I click here, then it will show me that, hey boss, you have to open this door if you have to access air oil separator. I hope you're able to appreciate the use case, right? So this is the kind of training, virtual training, what is possible. Now, next important thing is there are some very important items where you have to do some kind of cleaning and other things. Now you also can do what it is that, right, this scene you can close it and you can open the other scene, so that you can see an exploded view of the small component like this, and it will tell you where is the o-ring, where is the spring, and other things. That is how you can probably create all these things and make it as one object, and you can training. Let me also tell you, like, there are some very good hygienes required if you want to adopt this particular technology within SAIL. First is knowledge management. You have to share between, because SAIL is a very big organization, you have multiple people, and multiple people, if you are working, you have to share knowledge. We have something called wiki within LG, where we share our knowledge with others. So someone in Europe, if they are doing it, they will share with us. Someone from US, they are doing it, they will share with us. And we also have an in-house Git, version control software, where all these particular versions and other things are managed. This is how the different tools what we are using within LG for making it happen. Yeah. So yeah, shortage of time, so I'm stop sharing. If there are some questions, I would be happy to take it.
Thank you. That was, really a jam-packed session. Obviously, everybody felt that we required some more time to fully grasp about these technology. But that is the idea of knowledge bite sessions. We'll just create some nudge that will make you thinking that okay, ये तो बहुत interesting है. Can we talk about more about these things? So that was some fantastic use cases that you have shown. We are actually thinking about having such kind of use cases wherein we can train people using virtual reality and augmented reality about how to perform various operations, maintenance practices, and those kind of applications going beyond simply virtual walkthroughs. So again, a fantastic input. It's the house is open. If anybody would like to ask anything about the topic that we had discussed just now.
I think one thing I missed to cover is probably how this is useful for sale. I would say, like, one of the very important thing which I really love or enjoy is the Steel University Challenge. I think many of you might participate in that. So the link is already there in the chat. Nowadays, there are some challenges people are doing it. How you can have the best combination of metal, which can give that particular property. The complete digital twin of steel plant, we are creating it, and you can play around. So gamification is there everywhere, and very appropriate to steel is something which is there in the chat, the Steel University Challenge.
Right.
Very good evening, Atanu. Am I audible and visible? Yes, sir. You are both audible and visible, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good evening, sir.
Yes, sir. So, thank you very much for the lovely session. Just I wanted to ask a very practical question. Suppose I want to set up something like this in my industry. Say, starting with a very small thing. Maybe we have some critical gearboxes, critical units in our mills. So starting with that, so what is the requirement and what will be the approximate expenditure or infrastructure that we require? We have to start with the training purpose, to train our maybe maintenance engineers or something like that. So that is one question to start with.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the question. Sir, if you see the cost of the software, Blender is a free and open source software. So obviously a skill level and the people are needed for it. So how we approached it within LG is we work with academia. So we have MOUs with academic institutions, and we give the opportunities for the students as interns, and they work in Blender and they create the 3D models for us, and we support them with the know-how. Once the 3D models are done, then Wedge 3D is the another software where you can build this interaction. I think in probably 2 to 3 lakhs you will get a 5 license Wedge 3D license. So somewhere around 3 lakhs you have to spend there. And the VR goggles, after it was taken, the Oculus, the Meta taken over Oculus Quest, tool. They have slashed the price like anything. Nowadays, the Oculus Quest 3 is coming somewhere around 40 to 50,000 rupees. So probably with an seed fund of 5 lakh rupees, with an university collaboration, you can start it up. And from NASCOM as well as from LG side, we will be happy to support also, because you are a very valuable customer for us. And probably whatever we have done for compressors, obviously you are a big user of our compressor, so we can provide the immersive learning content what we have developed for compressors to you into your lab as a kind of pilot program, and from there you can build on for use cases of the different mills, the blast furnace, the gearboxes what you are talking about. And from NASCOM, through NASCOM, I as an individual are always available for you, sir. Whenever you want some support, I can extend my support to that.
Okay, thank you. Actually, I would like to share Chittaranjan Locomotive Works, very near to East Coast Steel Plant. Mm, they are having a 3D lab there, and I have had the opportunity to visit it. They have a full scale model of WAG7, WAG9 locomotives, and exactly the same way you showed, you can explode each and every individual part and equipment of it, and added to that you can get the data regarding the name of the spare, where that spare is available, how many quantity is available. So everything is possible in that particular software. So I think Dr. Samasundran is disconnected.
Sir, I'm there, sir. I'm there, sir.
Okay, okay. So this is for NTI. If you can ever have a visit to this particular place, then you can
Right.
have a first-hand experience of a very advanced 3D lab. You know, so it will be good for you and the people from SAIL to visit.
We'll explore that, sir. Definitely
Yes,
explore that.
yes.
And also the IIT Madras
Yeah.
lab, that is
Yeah,
also
I think
something. Yeah.
That we
Yeah,
have time.
I think MTI is already having a
That
AR VR
that we have time.
lab.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think Dr. Somu is not aware, sir. We have already set up one lab with collaboration with IIT Madras here in our campus at Ranchi, sir. So we have some use cases, but we are more working on some more use cases. Yes. Do we have any more queries from the participant side? So I have just one more aspect because I think I see we have overshot by 10 minutes, maybe 1 2 more minutes. So these the process that you lay down is for developing VR applications. So is this the same way applicable for an augmented reality based applications? If you want to maybe design a guide for FMPs, like somebody putting on an AR glass and get guided by step looking at the equipments in real time. So what would be the mechanism to develop something like that? Because I understand that under the guidance of current EDMM cell, ISP had gone ahead and made some a preliminary version of augmented reality by displaying the real time maintenance history of the equipments by pasting QR codes on the equipment. So I was wondering if we can create something like augmented reality based applications with this mechanism, or do we have to explore a different mechanism and hardwares?
Yeah, thanks for that question, Chandra. Yes, Web 3D supports AR. See, what we have to probably understand the underlying technology is augmented reality or virtual reality is only a rendering space. So the 3D content is getting rendered. So that is the only difference. For that, there has to be a rendering engine. So that rendering engine is available with Verge 3D, with the Microsoft Power Platform, the mixed reality platform. There also it is available. So you have to just export it and enable mixed reality and click on one button. Automatically, your mobile camera will be on, and the component, the 3D component, will be visible in your mobile camera in that particular physical space as an augmented reality object. And you can also interact with it. For example, we have a use case where in a compressor, whether it will be possible to be installed in a space. So for that, our sales engineers, we are trying a use case that with their mobile phone itself, they can open the virtual compressor, place it in the real place, and see whether there will be a space available. It is
Uh,
possible. Augmented
Okay,
reality.
that's great. So, by way of doing that, we can overlay some pre-designed objects in our real world. But what if we
Exactly.
want to, make it a real-time thing? Like, when you are scanning a particular stand, it gives you objects, related to that particular stand. Or is there any possibility of connecting it with the live data? Suppose if I am opening my mobile devices and looking at the equipment in real time, in addition to rendering some information, as well as can it fetch some parameters in real time and display it on the spot itself? How is that
Yeah.
possible?
So we have this particular option in our lab where there is an intelligent device connected to the compressor, and that intelligent device has the alarm history, the what is the current that particular motor is taking, all these things. So what happens is there is a QR code, there is a button you have to just press, connect your AR device. When you click on that, a QR code will appear, and after that, if you take your camera near that, then it will scan that QR code and connect it to the IoT platform, get the data, and it will be overlaid along with the machine, and it will probably highlight that there is an alarm in this particular machine, and this is coming because you are having problem in this particular area of the compressor. That kind of a detail is possible, and Verge 3D, the platform what I showed you, is completely capable for it. It can be done.
Great, fantastic. So I have number of questions here. I can keep going. If any more questions from some participants, would love to hear from any of the participants who they have any questions. Okay, so I think then we are running short of time. I have promised to go up to 6, and it's already 6:14. So let me thank you, Dr. Somu. But before we close, it has always been inspiring to have such senior people joining Knowledge Byte session. So without your support and encouragement, this would not have been possible. So quickly, I will invite our Chief General Manager HR L&D with additional charge of EDHR L&D, Sri Sanjay Dhar sir, who has been pioneer of digital outreach interventions in our organization, and laid out so many initiatives in terms
That's
of this Anveshan, Antardrishti, and so many online learning platforms. So, quick remarks from your end, sir, before we close this session.
uh, thank you, but this is one delay I don't mind, and I'm sure all my audience has not minded that we are going slightly beyond schedule. I'd like to thank all the mentees, all the EDs and CGMs who are present here. And trust me, I see Abhik Dey Saab, I see Sanjeev Kumar Singh Saab. These are people who have done a lot of things themselves also. So they know what's being discussed. Thank you for your presence, sir. Uh, and Dr. Somu, I must really, I don't know how to thank you. I mean, the depth with which you have shared, the passion with which you have shared, the openness with which you have shared. We actually want some more time with you. We'll figure out some way. We want some more dedicated time to discuss much more in depth on these issues because what you have shown us in terms of possibilities are actually what we've been craving out for quite some time. So beyond just the appreciation of technology, we are actually figuring out now how do we start applying all these things,
Yeah.
uh, and we really look forward to taking a lot of guidance from you.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sanjay sir, as you are also taking care of the learning platform,
yeah.
there is a single button click. You have to just click on that Web 3D. It will create a Scrum 1.2 or 2004 version of Scrum package, which can
Okay.
be uploaded into any Scrum module, be it
Okay.
Moodle
Great.
or
Great.
any module. So you
Great.
can also create an immersive learning, training
Okay.
module, e-learning module is also possible with this platform. Happy to connect, sir.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
anytime.
would be wonderful. That would be wonderful. And you let the cat out of the bag. Now the heat is on me. But thank you for putting the heat on me because our organization needs it. We all need it. And this was a fantastic session. This was such a great, enlightening session for us and with a lot of practical insights of how this whole thing actually works. You have demystified it. You have made it very grounded. You have made it very relevant to us. And I would like to urge all my mentors to go back to the drawing board, start studying quite a lot, and really, come prepared to meet your mentees. They are already half primed, so they already know what we are talking about. The relevance is very clear. So you have to do a lot of work to meet your mentees, and we'll have a great thing. And Chandra, great coordination. This was wonderful. We look forward to more such interactions. Thank you all for your. I understand we are running out of time, but thank you for your time.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
sir.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
So,
Thank you very much.
look forward to next Knowledge Byte session. We are going to have again next month, first Saturday, same time, 5 o'clock. See you next Saturday. Thank you so much.
ये recording will share. Chandra मेरे को दे दो. We'll share it with all EDs and CGMs. This is something that's very